Hey guys, it's Vlogust day 19 and today we are continuing the question and answer session from yesterday's video, which as you may be able to tell was actually just before we filmed this. We had not a very eventful weekend, just chilling and eating and chilling at home, so we thought we'd do a question and answer video for both days, so sorry! Anyway, we've got loads of questions, so that's why I thought it would be alright. So, carrying on from that, Julia Makojnik? Maybe. Sorry Julia, if I don't pronounce your name right. How did you get through university? How did you get through you going to university?
You didn't cope very well.
I was actually really bad. Mike was my rock, like as cheesy as that sounds, through university. I've done a university experience video, which you guys might have seen. I think I did it in February with Lissy. I really didn't enjoy university. I found it very hard. I know that there's a small part of it was because I was going out with you, because it got to that, like, when you're not single and all your friends are single, they're always wanting to go out and meet guys and stuff, and I was just not interested at that point. But I also know that a lot of it was to do with the social aspect of the university that I went to. It wasn't a very sociable university, and a lot of people I've known that have been there haven't enjoyed it. So, I was not very happy. I would ring you in tears at least 3 or 4 times a week, wishing that you were there.
Just at the end of the day, we both, like, you had to make the effort to work, because with any of these relationships that we always discuss about, is that there are times when you have to do your work, or you have to do your studies, and then there are times when you don't, and you can chill. And you know they're only around the corner what's coming. And that was the way I always used to look at you. Look, you've got holidays coming up, you're going to spend a month.
It was more like, you've got a week, and then you can come home and see me at the weekend. And like every week. You used to drop me at the train station, we used to alternate weekends, so every other weekend you'd come to London and see me, and then every other weekend I would come home. Yeah. Every Sunday night I'd be in tears with you leaving, like, guaranteed. I think that question was probably directed more at, like, how did you get through it, as in, like, going away and being apart from each other. We very much didn't deal with it like that. For me, it was more like, how did I get through university when I wasn't enjoying it? And it was pretty much 100% thanks to you. Because my parents were very, very relaxed, and they were basically like, by the end of the first term, I knew that it wasn't really for me, and I was thinking about, like, transferring, or not even necessarily, like, closer to Mike. It wasn't the issue of being away from you, I don't think. It was being unhappy and away from you. Yeah. So if I'd have loved it and been away and seen you every weekend or every other weekend, I think it would have been fine anyway. But it was the combination of both, I think, I found really hard. And my parents were like, well, you can transfer, you can, you can quit uni if you want to, or support you. It's your decision, whichever you think is the right decision for your life and where you want to go, and how hard you've worked to get to where you are. So they basically, like, I could have done whatever I wanted, but it was you that just said, look, you're at a great university, there are so many positives, you're in London, you've got lots of friends in London.
To do what you had the chance to do.
Yeah, and I'm so thankful that now that I finished it, and I worked so hard, and yeah, I think I'm just really glad that I made the effort and I did something, and it's taught me a lot in the way that I had to do something that I didn't like, and I came out of it, and I'm really proud of myself for doing it. Whereas I think if I'd have just quit and run away, I would have always had that bit of regret, like, oh, I quit, I'm a quitter kind of thing. So yeah, that was a very, very long answer. Okay, this is a funny one. Izzy Burns asked, how do you make it last so long without getting bored?
Again, that's more of a mental psyche of what I said in yesterday's video, of more, everyone expects a relationship to be glitz and glam, this Hollywood, I'm in love fairy tale.
This is your theory, like this is very much how you live your life.
Yeah, whereas
you say it to a lot of people.
Yeah, but yes, there are times when everything's amazing, but it's life. You've got to do things that you don't want to do sometimes, and then it's a balance. And if there's someone that you have that balance for, then I think you just got to work with it.
Yeah.
Too many people get hung up on.
I don't like.
I just think people get hung up on this. Everything's got to be perfect, and the sooner you realise, nothing's ever perfect.
But all I know, like, I don't get bored with you. Like, I never laugh so much as when I'm with you. Like, when we're on our own. And I think that's also another thing, that we spend quite a lot of time apart. Not that much time, but like I spend a lot of time in London and I travel on my own quite a lot. And I think whenever I go away, you always know like how much, like I always miss you so much when I'm not here, and I always just want to be at home with you. And I think that's like, you know that it's right when you feel like that, when you've been going out or together, whatever, for 5 years, and you like which is relatively small compared to like if you've been married for 30 years, but in terms of like our age group, if you've been together for that long and you're away from home doing really fun stuff, like when I was in New York having a blast, and then thinking, I wish Mike was here, or like I wish I could experience this with you. Like
I think what you said is also key with that.
It's just the right person.
But at the same time, the biggest thing is you've got to be able to do things on your own and have time apart.
Yeah.
And we both have our own individual lives, as well as our relationships that both intercross with each other. But you've got to have time. I'm a big believer in having work time and having like a play time that you can separate the two. And I think that's key that you, and then it's same in a relationship that you have time where you spend all the time together, but then you also got to have time where you go see your mates, you go chill out.
You have to have a life away from
a lot depends on age, I always think, as
we do a lot together though, because our friend, like all of my school friends love you, so like love you, like they get along with you really really well, so whenever I see them it's like you're just one of us now, because everybody gets on with each other so well.
But I think it's all like you.
And like
you've got to have like when you're younger, you've got to actually go out and live life. Like if you stumble across someone, it's great, but you've got to experience life and go do things.
Yeah.
As well as being in relationships, and it's all learning.
Yeah.
There's no rule.
You just there's no rule guide for life, and I like sometimes I do wish, I wish I had met you a little bit later. And had a bit more experience.
I wish I'd met you a lot later. Jesus.
But you know what? Life is, you can't design your life. Like I met you when I was 19, and I know that I want to spend the rest of my life with you. So like that's just the way it happened for me, and I'm happy. But you know, you definitely still, if that does happen, you have to remain independent, and you have to have your own experiences outside of your relationship. Otherwise, you probably would get bored. Like if you spent all day every day, well not all day every day, but like if you didn't have your own friends and go on your own trips, and you know, I think you'd be, you would get bored.
You just got to.
This is a funny question. Racy Beauty asks, what is the most annoying thing about living with Mike? And she says, by the way, I love you so much. Kiss, kiss, kiss. Okay. I don't know if that was directed at you, me, or both of us. So thanks. What is the most annoying thing about living with you?
My OCD.
Mild OCD about weird things, but no, actually not. The most annoying thing about living with Mike is the fact that he's really messy, 90% of the time, leaves his stuff everywhere, all over the house, gets undressed, drops everything on the floor, and then every 2 weeks, once a week, he will have like strict cleaning regime, tidy the whole house, clean everywhere, and then go mental. Be like, not mental, but like, oh, you can't make a mess, if I leave one thing on the side.
But that's because you leave so much on the side all the time. She says I leave all the mess.
No, but you leave stuff everywhere.
Such rubbish.
And like, it's more the bedroom, like you leave all your clothes everywhere. It drives me crazy. What's the most annoying thing about living with me? The
fact that the opposite of what she just said.
Chips,
the fact that she doesn't. No.
There's got to be more.
It's definitely stealing my food.
Because I always say to you, like, if you're cooking, you'll be like, oh, do you want chips? I'll be like, oh, no, I'll be good, I won't have any chips. And then when you have the chips, they always look so good, so I'm like, oh, I'll just steal a few, and you get really mad.
The thing is, I again, it's like OCD, that I massively have, like, a proportion of chips to meat to vegetable. I know it's very old-fashioned style, but I like my, like, meat and two veg kind of thing. But I just, if you've got a piece of meat, a piece of vegetable, and a piece of potato or something like that, or chips left, and you've got the right, like each individual, if I've got like 6 portions of each left out, you'll steal a chip when I've got, so then it's left off.
This is his OCD. This like he has like portion control issues.
Precisely.
Okay, I'm looking through for a final question.
Final question. You can pant to your heart's content in a minute. What if that hasn't stopped you through the rest of this video?
Someone's asked, how did you propose? Did we not say that in the proposal video?
I think we did, didn't we? It was on the beach.
I don't know whether we said it. I'm pretty sure I said it. It's on the beach at sunset. I'm not going to count that as a question because it was very... I want to find one that's more about relationships. Okay, this is an interesting one. Ellie the Awesome asks, what are your tips on being comfortable in a relationship if it's the first relationship you've ever been in? For me personally, I don't think it's so much about how many relationships you've been in, or the length, or the quality, or the quality being a weird word, but like the type of relationship you've been in the past. I think if you're uncomfortable, obviously, like, your first boyfriend or girlfriend is going to be a different experience, and it's going to be scary, it's going to be fun, it's like everything, all like 100 emotions all in one go, and you know, you're probably going to be a bit uncomfortable with each other to start off with, because it's like, it's like with anything, it's new, you know. It's like when you talk to guys the first time, like going on your first date, it's always scary and slightly uncomfortable, but if it's with the right person, that very quickly goes. So my top tip for that would just be yourself, try and be as relaxed as you can.
Enjoy yourself.
And enjoy yourself, because it is actually, like, this is my number one thing, like, it's the most fun time of your life. Like, I always think back to when we first met, and it's such a great feeling knowing that you're gonna, like, see somebody that you're so excited. Like, I remember the first time we went on a date, and you're like really worried about, like, your clothes and how you look, and like, that's the one thing I miss about dating and being, like, now that we're, like, settled down and getting married and stuff, that's the one thing I really miss, is that exciting, like, oh, is he gonna like my dress, or like, oh, is he gonna text me, and things like that. That's like that is honestly like the best, not the best, but that's one of the most like exciting periods of a relationship. So I think just embrace it, even though it can be a little bit awkward sometimes. I mean, you know, if that doesn't go away, I think that, like, if the uncomfortableness doesn't go away, then that might be an indication that it's the wrong person, but it's all part and parcel of it. It's all part and parcel of learning in your relationship and growing together, I think.
Yeah.
What do you think?
I think so. I think you just got to enjoy yourself. Like, if it's not meant to be, it's not meant to be. If it's meant to be, it's meant to be. But mainly, like, your first relationship, well, saying that,
it's probably not going to last forever.
Apart from my parents, the 30 years married since.
Yeah, Mike's parents, first ever boyfriend and girlfriend, got married at 19. And they've been together ever since.
Yeah, so it can happen.
So, yeah, it can happen.
Child of sweethearts.
But,
like, you just never go into a relationship thinking, this is the person I'm going to marry, but at the same time, never go into a relationship...
That's optimistic.
But never go into a relationship going, well, I'm not really sure about this, or like, always have a reason for it. Like, don't just do it for the sake of it. There's no pressure to do things. There's no time limit. There's nothing. You just go enjoy yourself. Now the little kitty cat's coming.
Now the cats are coming in. That is a good note to finish it on. Thanks so much for all of your questions, guys. I'm sorry if we didn't get time to answer yours. We had lots and lots of questions, but we tried to take the ones that the most people were asking. So that is it for today. I hope you guys enjoyed this vlog, and hopefully I'll be back with another Ask Fleur sometime soon, maybe with Mike. If that's something that you like to see, let us know in the comments below. If you like him, obviously, I don't like him very much, to be honest. Like, why are we even talking about relationships? But yeah, of what you'd like to see me or us talking about in the future. Thanks for watching. Bye!